What's up? Donald Cerrone versus Justin Gaethje takes place in UFC Vancouver coming up soon. And I wanted to give some early thoughts on the fight. I'm not ready to make a bulletproof prediction yet. I will make that soon, probably a week before the fight. But some early thoughts, and I'm going to tell you which way I'm leaning right now. I'm leaning towards Cerrone. And I see this fight going one of two ways. I see Cerrone finishing him in the third or fourth. Cerrone finishing Gaethje in the third or the fourth. Or I see Gaethje, although Gaethje's known to break guys, I see the only way Gaethje wins is to come out and do it in the first or second. Mainly the first. Okay, because obviously Cerrone is a bit of a slow starter. That's what he's known for. He's getting a bit better at it recently, which makes me lean towards him in that department. You know, if you're talking about the Cerrone of... the Cerrone that fought RDA, the Cerrone that fought Pettis, the Cerrone that fought back when he used to be at 55 before he made the jump to 70, and even at 70, I'd say Gaethje's got this because the styles just don't match up. But Cerrone recently has been getting way better in the first round, and I feel like he's finally adapted to that pressure environment because he always said about how terrified he used to be in the cage. I feel like he's got to a level of experience now to be like, I know this feeling, I'm just going to get switched on straight away. Okay? And I feel like that takes away from Gaethje's chances a bit, which is why I lean to Cerrone. Another reason why I lean to Cerrone is Cerrone goes to the body very well. Very well Cerrone goes to the body, and he does it in combination as well. And with Gaethje, a lot of guys make the mistake, and Poirier was doing it a little bit. He was loading up to go to Gaethje's body a little bit, okay? And when Gaethje sees you do that, he's going to beat you to the punch with a short hook, okay? And Eddie Alvarez did it, but he did it in combination. And I feel like that's something that Cerrone can do as well. Also with kicks at range. Okay, because, I mean, Gaethje's going to be fighting at a range that Cerrone's used to. But Gaethje isn't. And if you rewatch the James Vick fight, I know James Vick is a little bit rangier than Donald Cerrone. But I think the skill of Donald Cerrone kind of makes up for the length of James Vick. So I think they're quite similar in ways. And it's a similar style matchup. Before Gaethje landed that one punch on Glass Chin Vick, I mean, Vick was piecing him up bad. I don't know if you guys remember that fight, but Vick was landing a lot of body kicks. Landing leg kicks from outside of Gaethje's range. I think he tagged him with a jab a couple times. And other than that one big punch from Gaethje, there wasn't really much that he did in that fight, if you remember it. Okay, and I think that Cerrone's too smart to be James Vicking out at defense by just waving his arms in front of him whenever some guy comes forward. And I feel like Cerrone's chin is also way better than James Vick, and that was proven in the Alexander Hernandez fight, because Hernandez came out there in the first round expecting a Cerrone that was going to be a bit timid in the first, as everyone does. They come out fast, and he came out, put the pressure on, and landed big fucking shots on Cerrone's face, and Cerrone took him well. He took him very well, and I think he's going to take him well against Gaethje as well. That's another reason I lean towards Cerrone. Gaethje's leg kicks are very good. I'll say that, and I rewatched also the Edson Barboza versus Donald Cerrone fight, and I thought to myself, right, well, Cerrone's getting eaten by some leg kicks here, okay? And this was a pre-USADA Edson Barboza as well, with a real power behind those kicks. I'm joking. He's Brazilian though, so it does stink a little bit. But it does make me wonder, how is he going to deal with the leg kicks of Gaethje? Because I feel like at this point in their career, I feel like Gaethje has better leg kicks than Edson Barboza. And that was proven in their fight, because Gaethje was getting the better of him in the leg kick exchange. However, I do feel like Edson Barboza, in terms of opening up combinations with the hands, is way more dangerous than Gaethje. And people are going to be confused by that. But when you really think about it, Gaethje has knockout power, yes. But in terms of his accuracy with his punches, he landed a good one on Vick. Vick's chin is questionable at 155, let's be real. And he's not the best level of competition. Edson Barboza is the only win out of those two that I really give him good credit for. But he did eye poke Edson Barboza before that finish in the eye, where, like this eye here, Edson circles out, thinks that nothing's coming, boink, clicks him on the chin, knocks him out cold. I have to look at that. I think Gaethje can win this fight, and I think that Gaethje is probably going to be a favourite here. I feel like Cerrone does it. I feel like he can piece up Gaethje's body. I feel like he can deal with the leg kicks, and also those leg kicks. As much as people big up the leg kicks of Gaethje, they don't really... I mean, they work. Trust me, they work. I'm not saying they don't work. But it's not like he's finishing guys with leg kicks. Okay, when you look at Gaethje's finishes, he tagged Barboza with a big right hand. Okay? Before that, they were trading leg kicks back and forth. They were a part of the fight, but they weren't hindering Barboza. that much yet into the fight, you know. Maybe if the fight went on a bit longer, it would hinder him a lot more. And you could sort of credit the leg kicks to Gaethje's success. James Vick, there was barely any leg kicks and he just landed a big punch. Fair enough. Michael Johnson's a featherweight and Gaethje bullied him. Got hurt a lot in that fight as well. The leg kicks started adding up and then he started piecing up the head as well. So that's where leg kicks can come into effect. But when you look at other times, people make a huge deal out of Gaethje's leg kicks. He threw so many against Eddie Alvarez and they were all landing well. And Eddie Alvarez took it and was fine. Remember, Eddie Alvarez was almost finished to leg kicks from Donald Cerrone. He couldn't even walk. And Cerrone could have finished that fight if he didn't go into Alvarez's guard at the end and made him stand back up. Because Alvarez wouldn't have been able to stand. Okay? So I feel like people are over-exaggerating the leg kicks of Gaethje a little bit. They are very good, don't get me wrong. But I don't think there is... Oh, if you eat 3 of these, you're not going to walk afterwards. Because again, Poirier ate a lot of leg kicks from Gaethje. Maybe some of the most I've ever seen in a fight. The amount of leg kicks that Gaethje landed on Poirier. Poirier, absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. I feel like fighters nowadays are getting way better at taking leg kicks. Before, they used to plant their foot in the ground real heavy on their leg and just thud, smack into it. But you saw in the Poirier fight, a lot of guys are becoming way more used to taking leg kicks. And Poirier was actually just letting his leg go. You know, he just put no weight on it and let Gaethje kick it and let it float off to the side. No force on force. Just kick the leg out the way and I'll come back to it and get back to punching. I feel like Cerrone's going to have success here. I really do. I feel like Gaethje's one shot is to come forward aggressive and land a big shot. But other than that, I mean, people say that Gaethje wants to go to war, but he's lost 2 out of 3 wars that he's been in. So, I feel like it, I don't know, man. I feel like there's a lot of people just over-exaggerating just a little bit Gaethje. I think he's a very good fighter, man. I think he's a very good fighter. But then you got to remember, Cerrone beat Edson Barboza as well in the first round. Probably a better version of Barboza as well. I feel like after the damage that Barboza has taken, I mean, you know, there's fighting Khabib the way Edson Barboza did, getting mauled like that. I mean, that's life-changing damage that you take. Even the Dan Hooker fight, the damage to his shins in that fight would be enough. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like I'm leaning towards Cerrone. I think that Cerrone's going to piece up the body. I think he's going to keep Gaethje away with his jab. I think he's going to slide out the way of leg kicks. Not check them. Slide out the way of them because he's going to be out of range. Throw front kicks that are going to work, I believe, very well. I think he'll shoot for some takedowns just to get Gaethje thinking about it. Because if you want to stop a guy leg kicking, shoot a takedown. It worked in the Poirier fight momentarily. Okay? If you want to throw leg kicks, if someone's trying to take you down off of those leg kicks, makes you think twice about throwing those leg kicks. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what Cerrone's going to do here. I think he's going to get in some trouble in the first. I think he's going to weather the storm. And I think he's going to come back out in the second and third. Start tagging up Gaethje a bit. And then at the end of the 3rd round or 4th round, for the entire fight, Cerrone's going to be throwing kicks to the body and the leg. Himself, he's going to be throwing leg kicks and body kicks, in my opinion. And the end of the 3rd or the 4th, I can see him coming up top with a head kick, rattling Gaethje. Gaethje's wobbling all over the place, calling him on, trying to do that thing where he brawls if he's hurt. And Cerrone's going to be too smart for him and blast him with a knee against the cage and finish him. That's how I see the fight going. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. You guys were asking for this, so instead of giving a full prediction, just some early thoughts to think about. Gaethje can win. I'm leaning Cerrone right now. And I'll do another one more up to date when it comes to the week of the fight, for sure. Click that button there. Goodbye.